Hi guys, and thanks for watching our update on July 22nd, 2023. So, just to say that yesterday there was no video because I was with my friends and it was planned last minute, so there was no way I could have there's no way I could have done it early in the day. So unfortunately yesterday was videoless, so sorry about that, but we're back up and running today. So looking at the latest satellite imagery from we.com, we can see that we got a beautiful area of low and its fronts perfectly defined here. So you got this arm here from the UK off into the Low Countries, northern Germany, Denmark, off into the Baltic Sea. This is a warm front, also extending from the UK down towards western France, off into the Bay of Biscay is cold front, and the line from the UK all the way into the Irish Sea, Isle of Man, southern Scotland, off into Northern Ireland and Ireland, and out into the Atlantic. That is the occlusion, and the low is centred just to the west of Ireland. That is a perfect example of a low and its fronts. Now this is the warning from met.ie. We got a yellow warning for rain for Cavan, Donegal, Monaghan, Dublin, Kildare, Longford, Louth, Meath, Westmeath, Leitrim, Mayo, and Sligo, and Roscommon. Further source of heavy rain at times, bringing the chance of flooding valid from 6:30 today till tomorrow at 11 a.m. And so basically large parts of the northern half of the country. And we'll see why in a minute. So if we go to the high-res charts for precip for the next 5 days, you can see that we can see the front moving today, but stalling tonight over the north. Hence that warning. So tonight, all through the night, it's raining non-stop in the north. So do be careful if you're driving around. There's a chance of flooding, standing water on roads, spray, etc. So do make some extra time for journeys, that sort of stuff. Tomorrow morning, the rain gradually eases southwards, and in the south, ahead of the rain, we see some showers blossoming, and some bright colours do form there in the south tomorrow evening. They could be quite torrential, so do watch out for those tomorrow evening. And they merge with the front and eventually clear away. So by Monday at 5 a.m, we're mainly clear, bar a few showers in the north. Into Monday morning, we see some showers forming over the northern half of the country early on, and they gradually filter out, and they gradually filter southwards through the day. Sorry about that. And they look quite moderate, and they clear off. So Tuesday starts dry and sunny before cloud moves eastwards from the west, and rain just skirts Kerry and Cork and gradually erodes further inland. So by Wednesday morning, it's cloudy mostly nationwide, bar Donegal and parts of Tyrone, Antrim, and eventually the rain just gradually pushes eastwards more strongly. So, but by Wednesday afternoon. So by Thursday at midnight, it's raining in the north and it's dry for the south, but with some drizzle in the west. Into Thursday, the cloud gradually clears eastwards, and by Thursday at 3 p.m, sunny skies. Now this is we're about to look at the temperature forecast, so there we go. So starting off with this afternoon's forecast, we can see that temperatures widely reach the high teens this afternoon. Northern areas a bit cooler at around the mid-teens, and scrolling off into tonight, we see that values dropping away to around, the low teens very widely, mid-teens over the North Midlands, just around the area of rain, sort of where it's cloudy but not raining so heavily. In the north, there's more of an influence from northerly winds. In the south, it's quite clear. Here, where where the source of air is so westerly and it's cloudy, that's where it'll be mildest, if you see what I mean. If we put the wind on, just to prove that, yeah, as you can see, the winds here is like still, it's either calm or westerly, and the winds over the north are more northeasterly, so it's cooler there anyway. And also in the south, it's quite clear, so it'll be a bit cooler. It'll be cooler, despite the mild winds. So, just to explain that a bit more thoroughly, as we go into tomorrow. Sorry, what am I doing? I'm into the temperatures. So sorry about that. So I was wondering what I was doing. Off into tomorrow. Values rise to the high teens in the south. Elsewhere, under that cloud and rain, and that northeasterly, that will spread south. That will spread southwards. Only mid-teens or even low teens over Ulster. Into Sunday night, into Monday. Again, temperatures falling away towards the single figures in the Midlands, higher around the coasts. Off into Monday, values again rising to around high teens, especially south of the Dublin to Galway line. North of that, cooler as you go north. So by the time you reach the north coast, only around 14 or 15 degrees. Also in Wicklow, it looks very cool. So very cool on Monday. Here we go. Probably due to showers and clouds. That's Sunday, Monday. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Tuesday morning, we're looking at temperatures of like 8 to 10 degrees widely, locally higher in the south and over western and northern coasts. Into Tuesday itself, high teens everywhere except the north coast and Kerry. Only mid-teens there. Probably cloudy ever again. Wednesday, we start off Wednesday looking quite cool over Ulster, about 13 degrees. Milder over Connacht and Munster, around 15 degrees. And in between, just gradually gets milder. It gradually gets milder the further south. It gradually gets milder the further southwest you go. Okay, there we go. Up into Wednesday, we see values rising to around 20 degrees over Antrim, and down towards Kerry, only 15. So, and it gradually gets warmer the further northeast you go this time. Up into Thursday morning, we start off very mild. Temperatures only holding up around the high teens, especially over Leinster. Very hard to sleep with that. Into Thursday, a warmer day. 20 degrees widely seen here over South Munster and wide parts of East and Southeast Leinster. This is the NAO observed and GFS forecasted graph. So you can see that we're currently in a negative NAO, and judging by these ensembles, and especially the ensemble mean, we can see that we're likely to stay negative up into August. So into August, we do lift the NA up very, very slightly so towards neutral. So that's one to watch. So as I said before, the Azores High, if in the summer we see a negative NAO, it means that the Azores High is weakened and less ridgy, and you got blocking over sort of Green and Iceland sort of area, and it shunts the low there southwards towards us, and gives us cool, and gives us the cool and wet weather, and that's what we're seeing right now. So that looks like it's set to stay, and you need in the summer a positive NAO to try and get some heat up from the south. The Azores High ridging into us and breaking eastwards. That is the source of our heat spikes and heat waves. So we need the NAO to be more positive for that to happen. Now, chart data. This is a GFS run. So, skimming through it, we can see that low pressure today clearing eastwards. Northerly winds on Monday. Up into next week, another area of low moves in. Constant barrage, constant battle. Towards the end of July, high pressure that is also just ridging towards France a bit, turning it a bit warmer but still westerly. And more low pressure does roll in, weaker but still there. That looks quite warm and wet, actually, on Wednesday, August 2nd. General higher pressure there towards early August, but not fully so. Low to the north is still trying to break through. And by the end of the run, we're back to the cool weather. And it looks like on Monday, August 7th, that the wind is going to be back to the north. It's the ECM run. You can see that low pressure today extending way into Monday. Cool winds to the north. Another area of low midweek, quite deep with that one. So rain and showers. I keep going towards the end of July. Northerly winds there on Sunday, on Sunday, July 30th, up into the end of July. We see that there's all sides trying to ridge northwards. But it's like a cold front, an active cold front, is waiting to cross the country on Tuesday, August 1st, so that's not going to last long. Although a Scandinavian high is forming, and if that gets close enough, that could send a hot easterly in. Now, if it were winter, that would be very interesting, because that would be a very cold easterly. Sorry, wrong order. UK Met run first. So Harbour. So you can see low clearing tomorrow, off into Monday, northerly winds, showers. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, more low pressure westerly winds, barrage of low pressures, and by Saturday, westerly, low pressure dominated everywhere. GEM run. So I'm gonna skim through this just so your time of depression, your pain is limited. For anyone who loves warm and summery weather. So more low pressure moving through next week. Look at that deep low, very autumnal. Let's say that. So you can see that next weekend, towards the end of the month, more low pressure rolls in, and by August 1st, cool and wet and showery. Icon 12 says 6 hour intervals. So you can see constant barrage of low pressure systems next week. Briefly dry on Tuesday actually, but apart from that, very minimal hope for anyone who likes summer. And I'm a bit rusty for some reason. And finally the arpege, just like this. So again, constant barrage, and next week that deep low, very deep low actually towards the South of Iceland. Very strong winds on its western and southern flanks. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it was quite bleak for anyone who enjoys crystal clear blue skies, baking hot sunshine, and soaring temperatures. But that's my job. I have to deliver what's coming. So someday we'll get there. Anyway, that's it for now. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you tomorrow or later on.